Hi everyone, hope you are. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for your continued support. Really do appreciate everything you do, okay, to contribute towards the growth of CoinsKid. Sharing is caring, and thank you for the really warm comments we're getting across the board on all of these videos. I'm glad that you find them helpful, okay. And also, for those that have not head over to the Patreon yet and got involved in that community, then do head over to there. There's great content. We're getting great feedback in there as well, so it's all good. So right now, we're not blowing our own trumpets effectively, but our target has been met on Bitcoin, okay. We did give you that 43k target right there, and you can see that it's absolutely hit that target and bounced, and yeah, it's getting a nice little recovery right now. But I tell you what, Bitcoin's not out of the woods, okay, and we've got a new target, and that's 28k, roughly around that area. And I will go into detail why we're targeting that particular area as well for Bitcoin as a fantastic entry point into this bull market, okay. So obviously I'm just going to remind you, we've got this Elliott wave theory right here, the wave 1, the 2 pullback there, the wave 3, the overextended wave 3, the wave 4 pullback, and potentially right now, you know, we've carried out that ABC correction to an absolute T, okay. We gave you that correction when Bitcoin fell out of that pattern at 62k 4 weeks ago. We said that do put some cheeky bids in down at Bitcoin at 43k, but again, not financial advice, okay. But right now we are anticipating a further deeper pullback for Bitcoin. Not got a crystal ball, and we may be wrong, but so far we've been pretty on the money, okay. And there is a chap that's made a video that clarifies that as well for us, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But right now I just want to tell you, effectively, you could see Bitcoin come down to sort of 28k mark right there, making that a relatively deep wave 4 pullback, okay, because this can be as deep as you like. Look how deep the wave 2 was there, you know, it lasted months as well. We had this ABC correction and then the unforeseeable corona dump, okay. So you have wave 1 and wave 2, wave 3, right now wave 4, before continuation wave 5 up to 200k in this bull run, because Bitcoin is in a bull run, okay. It is in a bull run, and things that go up must come down to go back up again, and that's the way of it, and we've always been transparent with that. We do still see a 200k Bitcoin, okay, possibly this year, possibly not, who knows, no one's got a crystal ball, okay. But this particular correction might go on for a little bit longer. We'll have to see about that. But right now I just want to reassure you that we're still relatively healthy for crypto to marching forward, obviously, unless there's an unforeseeable event like Corona 2.0 or anything like that. Then, you know, it is going to come back to go up effectively. And I do think that a lot of cryptos, not just Bitcoin, will correct, and that's where you may see those deeper C wave corrections across the board that we have been anticipating as well for crypto. So right now I'm just going to show you a segment of this video that backs up this sort of theory that potentially we're going to go down to this 28k, okay. Because on the weekly time frame, if we lose a particular level of support, that's where you're going to get that confirmation, that bias towards the 28k mark there for Bitcoin. So yeah, just take a look at this guy's video. Yeah, so yeah, we'll just take a look at uncomplications video here, so he can explain it as better than me, to be honest with you. So listen to what he's got to say about this, okay. This is basically manipulation and Wyckoff distribution exposed by uncomplication a few weeks ago. So yeah, let's take a look.
And so we've all been following this moment to moment, day to day, doing the technical analysis, following the news, trying to figure out when we're going to break through these resistance levels, and really feeling like we've got our finger on the pulse. But again, I'm telling you that this has played out exactly to plan. And I'm going to turn on cheat mode now so you can see what that plan has been and understand where we are and what this game is that we're all actually playing. So if I turn on cheat mode here, you can see this overlay. Don't get overwhelmed yet. I'm going to walk you through it. This move that we have just seen Bitcoin do is a textbook, almost one-to-one perfect textbook example of a Wyckoff distribution event. And so this is so important to understand because this sounds highly technical. There's lots of, you know, acronyms and little letters and stuff on here, but what you need to understand is that this is not a fluke. This is not just an interesting pattern that arises in markets from time to time. This is an executed and planned campaign that is run by the controlling interests that dominate the supply. So throughout all of 2020, when we were in that huge accumulation, we had large parties that were controlling the supply And all of this bull run has been a textbook execution of a Wyckoff distribution. So let me explain this to you, because the thing again to keep in mind is that this is done intentionally to deceive the public and to take the most money from uninformed investors and retail traders. That is exactly why this schematic was developed. This was developed by a man named Richard Wyckoff, who in the 1920s and 30s was so pissed off at the rich interests controlling the market and, as he says, fleecing the public, that he wanted to educate the common investor on how these markets are actually run. And I think with the welcoming of the institutions into the crypto space.
So basically, I'll pause it just there. I'm going to drop a link to the video in to the description so you can head over and to watch the rest of that video. Okay, it's just a little snippet that I wanted to show you that this gentleman has noticed, this Wyckoff distribution. So yeah, it looks like we've been manipulated a little bit, but if you do watch his remaining part of his video, he is still bullish. Okay, just as am I, like with this ABC correction that we've got going on for Bitcoin. And we do, he even anticipates that Bitcoin, you know, will reach 150 to 200k. So do head over to his video and watch it. Okay, so effectively what we're trying to say here is, you know, that we've been manipulated basically by the big dogs, and obviously Elon Musk. Think about, if you go to his video, like here, this particular area, this was where Elon Musk tweeted that Tesla were buying, and it's all basically manipulation. And think about the tweet this morning as well, where it's at that bounce just to drag the last dregs out of the market off retail investors. So, you know, we've not got a crystal ball, but stay strong, stay healthy, and obviously stay tuned. But it's just a bit of manipulation going on. But yeah, put some cheeky bids in down at 28k, and I'll show you why it kind of tallies with 28k right now as well. So just to clarify, head over to this guy's channel, do subscribe to him. Okay, I was brought to this video today, unfortunately. I wish I'd seen it earlier than this. I didn't even look at the distribution schematic, to be honest with you. I wasn't even looking at it. So this has educated me as well in the space. So it's all good. We're all getting educated, aren't we? Obviously, I called the 43k correction down for Bitcoin when it broke out of that pattern up there. And I've been saying it for 4 weeks now, and it's came. So I was anticipating a bounce there, to be honest with you. I thought that it was ABC correction over and done with. The A wave and the C wave are the same length, so to speak. But you can see now this is tallying up with Wyckoff's distribution and effectively how we can actually go lower. And I've just done a bit more technical analysis to show you essentially more to that value, that we can actually go lower here in this bull market for Bitcoin, and potentially looking at a two-part bull run as well, just like this guy stipulated in his video as well. 2013 to 14 there was a two-part bull run. So yeah, just make sure you go over to his channel, subscribe to him, say CoinsKid sent me, please, as well. That would be a great thing. And let's bump up his subs, bring him some notoriety in the space, please. And obviously, yeah, sub him and watch the video, of course. So I'm going to dive into why I'm backing this up as well, the dip to 28k, because I did put it onto it this morning. So here's a bit of technical analysis from my part on that reason. Okay. Yeah, so effectively, in continuation with that Wyckoff distribution model right here, this is potentially what we're looking at for Bitcoin right now, okay? So obviously, we've broken down below this 43k down here, and almost, like I said to you on Twitter and in the Telegram group, put some cheeky bids on the previous swing high. Do you see this? Because that's what you do. When you lose support, you retest swing highs, and you can see you've just wicked down to that just there. Do you see that? So effectively, it's playing out, isn't it, Wyckoff distribution? If we do start to see a little bit of a relief rally, do not financial advice, but look for the short possibilities here, going all the way down to 28k. Now I'm going to show you why 28k is a bit of a keen interest as well, and a particular target of ours right now moving forward, roughly around that sort of area anyway. So I'm going to dive in and show you why. So this is what we're looking at basically, and obviously seeing a bit of a relief rally here, a bit of a bounce, but do anticipate that this will actually play out like this. And obviously, to invalidate this Wyckoff distribution, all we've got to do for Bitcoin from here is sort of carry out this ABC correction, and the C wave is identical to the B wave. So you've got the A, the B, and the C. Currently, the A wave and the C wave are identical length. Yep, so that's that done. That's ABC correction, which we gave you when Bitcoin was up here and broke out this pattern. Do you remember that? And we said to you, look, Bitcoin's going to 43k. And yeah, we've got loads of trolley comments, which is understandable. No one wants to hear that their favorite crypto projects going down the dumps, so to speak. But it's not going to zero. I want to reassure you that it's not going to zero effectively. We've still got 200k on the charts, and you know, it's just this Elliott wave theory. This is a wave 4 pullback before wave 5 continuation, and like I said to you, the C wave, it can run as deep as you like. If you look at the previous ABC corrections in wave 1, wave 2, you can see that it runs relatively deep on the Elliott wave theory there for Bitcoin. So right now I'm going to show you on the weekly time frame why 28k is a particular target that we've got, and it's sort of confirmation to the fact. But just to clarify, to invalidate all of this, okay, Bitcoin, all it has to do now is go up and break the high, obviously, and set new all-time highs. See you later, alligator. But so far you can see it's playing out to a T, obviously, if you check his video out as well. So yeah, I'm just going to dive into Bitcoin on the weekly. So yeah, looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, you can see that when it's come up, this is why we think that this 28k round about here is roughly our target for a bounce for Bitcoin. We don't see it falling any deeper than that in this bull market. Okay, now the reason we do think that that's going to happen, but again, we're not got a crystal ball, is because this is an impulsive wave up, okay, corrective wave down, and then Bitcoin formed its new impulsive wave here, and it started to reach up into these new highs, and as you can see, what it's doing from that point, it's retracing, okay. So effectively, if you do start to see Bitcoin, because this is a golden ratio right here, the 0.618, you see this? Now if Bitcoin does start to come down and close lower than that on the weekly, then you're creating a reversal wave. Do you see this? It's a reversal wave, and potentially coming back to where you came from. This is why we do think that you may see potentially Bitcoin at this sort of price tag in this bull run, okay? It doesn't mean that it's not going to go to 200k or it's going to zero. It just means that it's coming down, it's going to reaccumulate into a reaccumulation zone, and that's where you're going to see that fifth wave, and you're looking at a potential really deep C wave pullback for Bitcoin right here in this Elliott wave theory wave 4 pullback, you know, and that's basically it. That, you know, you could see a Bitcoin at 28k this side of the bull run effectively. So do keep an eye on that. If you do start to see Bitcoin close below this particular price target just here on the weekly time frame, then it's validating the Wyckoff distribution model, and also this reversal wave potentially if you lose a golden ratio on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. So I know that we've met our target, okay, which we gave you 4 weeks ago when we broke out this particular pattern. We said look at putting cheeky bids in at 43k. Just because we was correct with that particular target, okay, and we're correct with a lot of targets, doesn't mean that we're correct with this. So don't take it as financial advice. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. All we're doing is saying what we're seeing, okay, and we'll always keep you in the loop. But if it does come, so be it. We'll get on with it. Because also what I want to outline is the fact that I think we've gone through this before, and I have actually stipulated that to you in a previous Bitcoin video when I did originally say, you know, Bitcoin's going to 43k. I'd spotted a very similar pattern in the charts, and I don't know if any of you actually seen that pattern that I spotted, but it was here in 2019 where Bitcoin had gone up here, made this top. Do you see this? And very, very similar to Wyckoff distribution if we look at it. You know, I won't go into the depths right now, but in 2019 it's a very similar scenario, and you can see at that point as well where Bitcoin actually fell from its peak. It actually fell all the way down roughly 53%. So if we go over here now and we look at the fall from grace for Bitcoin from the top there down to the 28k, you can see it's bang on 53%. So effectively, you know, we're looking at a very similar scenario. We've got the upside, the tabletop top. Do you see that flat top? The rollover, the bullish engulfing candle, do you see that, which I've spoken about to you before? The fact that you're rolling over, you're losing the EMAs, you're hitting your head, you're hitting your head, you're hitting your head. But it's not a bad thing, okay? And obviously this was a Wyckoff distribution manipulation here as well, but then we had the unforeseeable event of Corona effectively. Do you see that? So we've just basically gone through the same thing here with the bullish engulfing candle on the weekly, then the rollover, the losing the EMA, starting to hit the edge. So that's potentially where you can see it just playing out again effectively. And also we also had that hidden bullish divergence, okay, on the RSI. Do you remember that? We spoke about that, the hidden bullish divergence just there. You know, the higher highs in the price and the lower highs in the RSI, and the same here for Bitcoin as well, because everyone was getting really bullish about this signal, okay, on Bitcoin. But I was saying, you know, we've seen it before, and it just tallies up with the Wyckoff distribution, doesn't it? So yeah, So that's effectively Bitcoin. Looks like it's going to roll. Again, not financial advice, and do take it as entertainment and educational purposes only, but it's looking relatively likely that Bitcoin is going to sort of come back down to test those sort of lower lows there, potentially coming back down in that reversal wave, losing that golden ratio of 39k. I do apologise about the noise as a gardener. So yeah, do target 28k as a potential buyback zone for Bitcoin for those that are interested in getting involved. That's basically it, and obviously, as you're fully aware, it will drag the market down with it, and there's no getting away from that, and that's where you could see them larger C waves come into play as well on the likes of VET, Cardano, XRP, because nothing will be exempt from a correction, okay? And it doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow bleed down, and this is sort of Wyckoff accumulation again, another manipulation game. So stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned. I'm back in with another update on Bitcoin.